The biggest news in AI this week is that Perplexity AI, a startup that just announced that it raised $62.7 million at a $1 billion valuation, is raising more. A lot more. Now, Perplexity AI is an AI search engine of sorts, one that I have tested and played with some. It's pretty cool. It has some technology called online LLMs, AI models that use Perplexity's in-house search technology to actually stay up to date. But it's not just neat tech, it's also a very rapidly growing business with about $20 million worth of annual recurring revenue today. And it's growing very fast. Bloomberg reports that the company has handled, quote, more user queries in the US so far this year, nearly 75 million, than it did in all of 2023. That's the kind of growth that VCs absolutely love. But what's bonkers is that despite just announcing a new fundraise and a new higher valuation, TechCrunch's Ingrid London reports that the company is looking to raise at least $250 million at a valuation between 2.5 and 3 billion. That is a lot of money at a very, very high price. The good news is that Perplexity is not alone in raising money. VCs are writing many checks to many different AI startups as well. PitchBook data says that venture capitalists invested about $26 billion globally into AI-focused startups in the first quarter of this year. And that was up from about $22 billion in the same period of last year. So it seems that at least some AI startups are growing fast enough to keep those key venture dollars flowing. But while the Perplexity news is big, there are also signs of weakness in the startup AI market that we have to pay attention to. Toome, a buzzy company, is shaking up its business model, to pick one example, while Stability AI is enduring layoffs. AI is moving so fast that hot companies can actually cool off as quickly as they got warm, which is crazy. What is more stable, however, is the massive push by big tech companies to keep their own AI cadence up. So just in the last couple of days, we have seen Adobe drop a new image creation model. It's called the Firefly Image 3. It's the third generation of that model, and our testing does seem to say that it is much better. Then Microsoft has a new microscopic model out called Phi 3, which is very cool. We talked about Meta's new Llama 3 models on this show the other day, and recently Amazon is making a push because it wants to host your custom models on its cloud compute system. That's a lot in a very short time from some very big companies that are typically slow and ponderous and not nimble and quick. And yet when it comes to AI, they seem to be able to do a lot very quickly. Channeling my inner economist, it's amazing how incentives can change behavior. A question, though, that we've asked before on this show is where the AI winnings are going to fall. Will big tech companies that are quick to invest in foundation model companies, flex their compute platforms, and be able to offer up their massive enterprise customer bases eat up most of the earned value? Well, Perplexity's quick growth and fundraising makes the point that the answer is at least going to be not entirely. But the scale differential we're discussing here is worth keeping in mind. Microsoft's most recent quarterly operating income was $27 billion. That works out to about $300 million per day. Put another way, Microsoft's operating profit per day was 15 times bigger than Perplexity's entire yearly revenue pace. Or in accounting terms, I believe that's spelled out womp, womp, and womp. At least VCs are still busy. Here's hoping that at least one startup out there will take a bite out of a giant, but while Perplexity is doing good, it remains a small fish in a very big pond. I'll see you tomorrow.